Hello, Internet Nation. Hello, future me. Alex Shen Ashley here with my weasel staring at me judgingly. I don't know what this is. A reminder as to why you can't go back, I guess. We'll just jump into it. So, today's Monday. Yesterday. Yesterday, I made my bro not my bro anymore. And we can't go back. Like, that relationship falls apart once or twice every year. We stop talking for a few months. He does absolutely nothing because he's a dumbass jackass that really doesn't give a shit about this relationship whatsoever. And then eventually I'm like, hey, that's just how it is because I'm the man in every relationship, so I'm the one that has to do everything. The action, the initiation, the go-getting, that's all me. None of these males. All me. All these males that they want to be their boyfriend. Always me. But anyway. So, Alex, I know you felt really bad about kicking him out in the rain. In pouring rain with no umbrella. For a long trip home in which he probably got pneumonia because MTA sure does love their ACs, even though the rain is cold. So he's probably sick now. I'm not trying to guilt you. He deserved it. You know he deserved it. He literally broke your brain. Literally broke your brain. I was screaming at him and then could not find the words to say because how do you get an idiot to understand the situation when you've already been explaining the situation to said idiot? Like, why is it that you still not understand on the 300th time of me saying it that your insistence to not communicate, not even a lack of communication, your insistence to not communicate is a massive problem. Massive. I shouldn't have to say it 3 million times for him to understand that, hey, maybe my insistence to not communicate is a problem. And you can't even call it an inability to not communicate because he just does shit that's just so stupid. And it's like nobody in their right mind could be this retarded without literally being retarded. Like, obviously his brain is not functioning correctly. But it is not obvious that this nigga is retarded. He's no Asperger's. No Asperger's. No ADHD. No Down syndrome. What are other mental, non-neurological things that would make one neurotypical? Whatever it is, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. I spent a lot of time looking into the symptoms of this shit to make sure I do or don't have it, to confirm or deny, so I know why the fuck I am the way I am. That nigga, none of that shit applies to him. He's just a fucking nigga. Just a fucking nigga. Not even a fucking nigga, because nobody wants to fuck that nigga. Nobody wants to fuck a nigga that smells like vinegar and doesn't listen to you and literally ignores you and is on the phone all the fucking time. So yeah, I left the house twice on Saturday, because he came over on Saturday because I had to walk a dog. Twice. You plugged in? Okay, you plugged in. The first time I come back, I leave my key so he can get in the house because he decides, 10 minutes after you leave the house, that's when I'm going to arrive. I know you've been telling me for days that you have a walk at 1:30, but I decided that I'm going to arrive at 1:40 because, I don't know, fuck making sense, I guess. But, I've learned to not question his stupidity and the dumb decisions he does. I be the man. And I, solve the situation. So I'm like, okay, bet. So you're going to arrive at a random time. You're specifically going to arrive as soon as I leave the house. I'm just going to leave my keys. So your dumbass isn't out here being a fucking dumbass. I know he's also not the type of individual to just go to the door and just ring the fucking bell so somebody lets him in. Even fucking though the only person that reacts to the doorbell is me. So You're just stupid. I didn't say anything about that, though, because I've already learned that in order to get through to this dude, you need to, like, manipulate him. You need to, like, reposition all the words in a manner that is manipulation, you know? I have to dumb myself down and twist my sentences so that he understands the plain English that I would have just used. But, you know, of course I can't just use plain English. Of course not. It's like I'm flailing about above Cthulhu, and she's just like, bro, what are you doing? I'm being upset, Cthulhu. I'm expressing why we can't go back, you know? Your godfather, he's dead to us now. This time for real. Oh, I think that upset her so much she got hiccups. She kind of liked him. Probably because he was a large flat surface to sleep on. That's the case with all males. Don't worry, I'll replace him with a good male. We're going to get a boyfriend. I'm going to get a boyfriend. You're going to have a daddy. It's going to be great, you know? Someone who supplies things that isn't just monetary. You know? Because the money isn't important. I would definitely fucking thug it out with a nigga. Not with a nigga. I don't want a nigga. If you're a nigga, fuck out of here. I would definitely thug it out with the niggas. Just like, oh, you ain't got no money? That's fine. That's fine. Like, if I would just stop being so fucking complacent, I could have money like that. But, you know, I'm complacent as shit. So, that's me right now, you know? But, if I wasn't also a depressed fucking mess, maybe I wouldn't be so complacent. And, you know, it doesn't help if the only people you have around you don't really give a fuck about you. And you can't really say that he ever gave a fuck about me. Because this nigga was too obsessed with his homeboys. This nigga didn't listen to shit I said. Like how you sitting there, I'm literally screaming in your face after an escalation period where, like, the first thing I did when he finally answered my phone call was try to question, why the fuck are you, like, where are you? Why are you not answering my calls? What's up? Or have you been in the bathroom this whole time? And it was the thing, like, mind you, I'm just bouncing all over the place. So let me start at the beginning. So what happened yesterday was, you know, I was going to go to my dealer across the street because it's raining and everybody else is far. So I asked my bro to lend me $35 because I ain't got money right now. But I have a crippling pot addiction that I have to deal with on a daily basis because I don't have any friends that exist in real life. Oh, cutie. So, you know, that triggers my crippling depression and my abandonment issues because I also have terrible friends who I keep around who don't know how to value somebody other than giving them money. But anyway, so we were supposed to go pick up drugs from the dealer, but, you know, he was like, alright, hit me up when you're coming back from the store, which, thinking about it now, was kind of also retarded because my dealer then proceeded to fall asleep on me, helping the entire situation escalate from, like, 0 to 100. Because I was standing, like, I hate waiting for fucking dealers. Like, my nigga, I told you I was here when I was leaving my house. Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? You should be standing outside being like, where the fuck were you? You said you were here. But of course, that's never the situation. Nobody has ever asked me where the fuck I was because I said I was here 5 minutes ago and I still wasn't there. Oh, you know why they never asked me that shit? Because these niggas is upstairs doing what the fuck ever. I don't fucking know what the fuck they doing. Talk about, oh, you wanna fuck, nigga? Maybe if you were on time. Sitting here got me fucking waiting. You got me fucked up. And now you think you gonna fuck me up? Nigga, what? Do I look fucking retarded? Do I look like somebody who doesn't value their fucking body? Give me my fucking drugs, dumbass. And she's about to crawl away from me because I'm yelling. There's no escape. You can hear me across the room. Mama got loud. I used to be so quiet that nobody could hear me when I said anything. I said, because I was so, like, I didn't want to be heard and I didn't want to be seen because every time I tried to talk to my mom about how I felt, that woman would yell at me. And fucking tell me nobody loved me because of the way I was and all this bullshit. So I just didn't want to be heard. And now look at me. I can't shut the fuck up. But anyway, so because my dealer likes to set up chaos, he was like, hit me up when you get back from the store. And then proceeds to fall asleep. And I'm like, nigga, I'm like across the street, right? Like we can go to the store after. If you're so tired, we can go to the store after. You don't have to like fucking set everyone up for failure. But anyway, we go to the store. None of that even fucking matters because I forgot my phone. Well, I mean, I guess it does matter because then I would have just went back upstairs to get my phone. Because I didn't realize that I didn't have my phone until we like left the store and we're walking to his house. Or I guess after we left the store and we're walking to the supermarket, then I realized I didn't have my phone. I just grabbed my phone, my keys, and my wallet. The two most important things in going to the store. Look at that baby. And let me stop getting distracted by her. She's too cute. So, we're walking to his house. And now I realize I don't have my phone. So now we have to go back to my house to get my phone. I, a logical individual, go up, grab my phone because I don't have time to dilly-dally. I don't know why anybody would think that I, a person with, like, hyperfixation on literally everything I sought out to do. Like, you can't even... That is a hair. You can't even talk to me on the street if I have something to do. Like, if my brain is sitting there thinking about go to the store, buy papers, go home, smoke, create something. If my brain is thinking that, if I'm going to the store to buy papers, you can't stop me. You can't talk to me. You can't. I'm too hyper-focused. Like, I am sitting there, especially if you are not my type. I can't even be nice. I mean, I can be nice, but I can't even be nice. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, no thanks. I don't even have the fortitude to try and humor you with a conversation. My brain, my body, focused on doing what we need to do. Somebody would be talking to me and my face will be looking at them as my body is gradually walking towards my bike to get the fuck home to continue along my path. That is how I am. The fact that he doesn't know who I am proves that he never gives a fuck. On top of the simplest shit. We have cell phones. This is the year of our Lord 2021. Everybody has a cell phone in their pocket. Except, I was about to say everyone has one, even Cthulhu. Then I was about to say, except Cthulhu. Look at this baby. Even though, ironically, she would know how to use a phone, too. I don't know if she can unlock it, but she's constantly pushing buttons on my phone doing shit. So anyway, I realize I don't have my phone. Go back to the house. He's right behind me. But of course, he's focused on his own thing. Doesn't want to communicate anything with anybody. Trying to get Lucy's from people. Trying to get a Lucy from the store. They didn't sell Lucy's. I don't know why he didn't just ask the first store for a Lucy, because they have Lucy's. It's not my job to understand other people. And it's like, I can try to understand other people, but if they're this crazy, there's nothing I can do. So, he's asking my neighbor who's outside smoking for a Lucy, and they're like, they ain't got any. So, I go upstairs because that's the plan. Gotta get my fucking phone so I can pay and contact my dealer. Grab my phone. I'm going upstairs, and I'm about to turn to ask him, like, so what are you gonna do? You gonna come with me or you're gonna stay? And he's standing there, just entered the apartment, dropping all his stuff, and he says, bathroom. To which I assume, because before we went to the store, he had to use the bathroom, but of fucking course, one of my 100 roommates was in the bathroom, because them niggas is always in the bathroom when you're thinking about using the bathroom. So, he didn't get to use the bathroom before we left. So we get back, he says bathroom, I go, okay, I'm just gonna go to my dealer's house down across the street. You're probably gonna be in there by the time I get out. You're gonna be out of the bathroom. It's fine. It's whatever. So I'm just gonna go. And I, thinking he was capable of, and this is my issue, thinking he was capable of logical, rational thought, because any rational individual would have gone, we exclusively came back to this house so Alex could grab their cell phone. Alex grabbed their cell phone, because Alex came to the apartment, and Alex only came to the apartment to grab their cell phone to get their marijuana. So, seeing as how I entered the house as Alex was leaving the house, Alex must have gone to get their marijuana. Any logical person assumes that. This nigga, no, he's retarded. So I go to my dealer's house, thinking he's in the bathroom because he said bathroom as he walked towards the bathroom. And when he couldn't go to the bathroom before we left the house, when he wanted to go to the bathroom. So now I'm thinking he's in the bathroom because he said bathroom, He said bathroom, he had to use the bathroom. He was walking towards the bathroom. We were in the house, he was in front of the bathroom. Logic. But of course, retarded. No logic when you're dealing with a retard. So I go to the dealers. And I'm standing there. I call the dealer. I text the dealer. No response. And I'm like, okay. I noticed that my bro didn't give me the $5 I'd asked him for previously. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess he forgot because he can't really do things in general. And I know I'm talking a lot of shit, but you have to understand, at this point in the relationship, I expected nothing from him except for him to fuck up. That's honest truth. The only thing I expected from him was that he was gonna fuck up. I ask him for things, he gets the wrong things. He gets things, they don't seem right, they don't feel right. Ask him for pizza, he gets pizza that tastes like cardboard and one slice, even though one time I exclusively asked him for 2 slices and he said 1 slice, and I was like, you blatantly ignored the 2. There was a number there. I didn't ask you, can you get me pizza 2? On top of a thing I didn't ask you for. I just said, can you get me 2 slices of pizza? The utmost work you have to do to get this nigga, this absolute Negro, to focus. He obviously doesn't give a fuck. If I have to work this hard for you to understand this basic fucking English, your first language is English. English, not patois, not Creole, not Korean, not Creole. Did I say Creole twice? Not French, not Spanish, not even ye old British English. Nigga English. Broken Negro English. Because he's a nigga. A nigga. A Negro, if you will. Not even a nigga. Not even a negus that society has taken and made into a nigga. He is a Negro. You would find dumbasses like this working on your fields. Swear to God fucking God, that is all they are good at. Following directions of a goddamn cracker. That is all they're fucking good at. Can't think for themselves. Can't fucking do anything that you tell them to. Useless. All this nigga is good at is fucking working. She's looking at me so judgmentally. She's like, yo, that's my dude. Why are you bashing him so fucking hard? Because he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot, and he insists on making everything fucking complicated when it doesn't need to be complicated. So I'm standing in front of my dealer's house, and I realize that this dude still hasn't sent me the $5. I text him, no response. I call him, no answer. Call him again, because what are you doing? Nigga, I saw you go straight into the bathroom from the hall. Even if you're in the bathroom, you still have your phone. So I'm standing in front of this dealer's house, pouring rain. Gave him my umbrella, so I'm just in my windbreaker. It's technically a windbreaker, even though it's kind of waterproof. Pouring rain kind of negates all of that. Because the first day on Saturday, in the pouring rain, when I wore it, the hood was wet, the arms were wet, the back was wet, where the water was pooling because of my bag. So even then, I'm kind of taking a hit to give him the umbrella, because he's a dumbass, of course, and ignored all the hurricane warnings that the phone sends you. And sit for a moment and think about the national warnings, the alerts that we get broadcasted on our phone. The hurricane warning, red alert, safety warning. The child is missing alerts we get that just don't give a fuck what you were doing on your phone. They're here now. They need you to know that they're here. You gotta hear it. Even if you press OK, cancel, it's on your fucking notifications now. This nigga decided he was gonna ignore the hurricane warning that we got. This nigga decided he was gonna ignore the weather report saying it was gonna rain hard all day, all weekend, because there's a fucking hurricane passing through New York. So he wasn't prepared for the rain. At all. So I gave him my umbrella. So I'm standing outside my dealer's house. Mind you, at this point, I look at my phone. I've been standing in front of my dealer's house for 7 minutes. And I can't really harass. There's no point in me harassing the dealer, calling the dealer 100 times to be like, yo, I'm here. Come on, hurry up. Because I still need this $5, you know? And not only am I standing outside, it's like I'm standing out here getting triggered because he's ignoring me when he has no fucking reason to ignore me. And mind you, this is Sunday. I sent him text messages on Saturday. I went out to walk the dog. First time I come home, mind you, I need this nigga to like make sure the door is open or come down and let me in, because if I get up to that house and the doors are locked, when you knew I was on my way home and you're not even like prepared to let my ass in, I'm gonna be mad. If I get home, he's on his phone talking to his peeps, as he usually is. I'm not surprised, because the only person he's capable of having a conversation with is his other Negroes. His other niggas. I don't even like using the word niggas, because they feel lower than nigga. It's like regular black people, they like to call themselves niggas. I don't know why y'all like to call yourselves niggas, but y'all like to call yourselves niggas. And not every nigga is a bad nigga. Some niggas are actually niggases. Not all of them are niggas. Anyway, where was I going? So I'm standing outside. Dealer's not responding. The other dealer message isn't responding. And this dude isn't responding. Like, I'm used to dealers ignoring me. They don't like money. They just want the dangly bits, you know? They don't really care about money. Don't know why Leon stopped texting me. Because, like, that nigga, like, you were getting all my money. And, like, oh, you're not responding to me anymore? Do I still have to keep paying my tab if I'm never going to see you again and I don't really care about staying in your good graces because now you're ignoring me? I can be an ass too, you know. And it's like, if you're never going to sell weed to me again, why do I give a fuck if you're mad at me? I'm nice, yeah, but I'm also a fucking ass. Possibly one of the biggest fucking assholes you'll ever fucking meet. Don't play this. Don't. I know how useless you are. Okay? Like the sheer fact that you keep going, oh, don't look at my dick. I wasn't. Like, maybe if you would stop being one of those dudes that likes to frame your genitalia and then draw attention to it by covering it with your hand. Like, I have ADHD. Every fucking small movement in the world, my eyes get drawn to. So when you go, nigga, of course I'm gonna fucking look. You just moved. You just fucking moved. A fucking spider moved on my wall once, and I zoomed in on it, hyper focused on it because there was a movement in the fucking area. Nigga, I got ADHD. I'll be like, don't look at my dick. Nigga, I'm looking at your face. My eyes are on your dick now because you went, why? Maybe pull your pants up and it won't be hanging out. And then people won't be tempted to look at it. Asexual. I'm fucking asexual. I don't give a fuck about your genitalia. Penises are nasty. And you short and balding. So calm down. Calm down. If your dick ain't this big and you shorter than me, I ain't looking at it. I'm not. If you ain't got locks, I honestly don't give a shit what's going on in your pants. I don't. Y'all ain't setting up enough personality for me to give a fuck. So if you ain't taller than me with motherfucking locks, nigga, no, I ain't sexualizing your ass. Fuck. Anyway, forgot how I got there. So I'm standing in front of my dealer's house. Notice that it's been 7 minutes that I've been standing here. No response from anyone. And I'm just getting mad because then, you know, he finally answers one of my calls. And I'm like, where are you at? He's like, oh, I walked to the store. And I'm like, you walked to the store? You had time to get a cigarette? but not to respond to any of my texts or calls. And then it gets worse. So I'm just trying to figure out why this nigga refuses to communicate with me. Because he was like, oh, I was going to call you, but I couldn't see you, which is the dumbest sentence I've ever heard, because if you could see me, you would not need to call me. And if you couldn't see me, then you would need to call me to figure out where the fuck I was, because apparently you're too stupid to realize, Alex is not in their apartment. Obviously. They went to get weed, like they were gonna do. But no. He doesn't even have child levels of understanding, because a child would understand. Oh, okay, so if Alex needed to go and get a thing, but Alex forgot their phone, and we came back to get the phone, Alex must have gone to do the thing, so I'm going to wait here until they get back. Or, a child would also know, I don't know where Alex is! There are no phones on my bed, except for that one. Pretend this is a phone. I don't know where Alex is! Alex, where are you? I can't find you in the house anywhere. Oh, you're across the street. You're coming back now. Okay. A child would do that. This nigga? No. There's no brains up here, so of course he doesn't. You know what he does? He went to my roommate's room and knocked on her door. And I'm like, why? Why are you knocking on her door? Like, I've never been in that room after somebody drops a deposit and claims that space. I don't go in it anymore. The only other room in this entire house, the only other bedroom in this entire house that I go into is Tati's. And that's for her cat. That's with her permission to do so. She has exclusively stated that I can go into her room to hang out with her cat. She's already said it. So the only time I'm in her room is if, one, Fumi needs me to look for something for her that Tati probably took into her room to keep safe. Two, to feed, play with, or tend to give attention to her cat. And then, granted, there is the rare random occasion where I do go into the room to look out the window. Can't lie about that. There is that random occasion. And when I'm putting packages in there. Only fucking times. Only time. And that's only with Tati's room. I have not been in that other room that is next to Tati's room since months. The last time I was in there, I was waiting for DHL back before we had a doorbell. If you could, like, I don't know if you remember when I started mentioning that we got a functioning doorbell, but this is before that. I do not go into those rooms. The room next to mine, that used to be my room. I've been in there maybe twice. And once was to, like, hand something to Marika. Both times is probably to hand something to Marika. I don't even go in there to, like, get Cthulhu. Usually half the time she discovers Cthulhu's in there and then brings her out. I don't go into people's rooms. I don't even go into the small room. And that shit the person hasn't even arrived to rent that shit. I went into it one time in between owners to, like, see what Tati did with it. Other than that, no. And mind you, all of this instead of picking up his cell phone. All of that. It's like, why would you assume I went into somebody else's room because you heard them make noise? Now you're exposing yourself that you don't even know what I sound like because her voice is higher than mine. Her voice is lighter than mine. She talks like soft and sweet. Even actually, she sounds soft and sweet. She sounds like a cinnamon roll that has razor blades in it. That's exactly how she sounds. And I do not sound like a cinnamon roll that has razor blades in it. Maybe an apple. But, like, there's so many razor blades in that apple that, like, you know it's got razors in it, bro. Like, you can see them sticking out. Whoever stuck razors in this apple did not do a good job. But anyway, all of that, instead of answering his phone. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, and he's telling me, oh, I went to the store. And, in order to go to the store, you'd have to walk past me. He said that he didn't go to the bathroom. He went to the store right after, to which I'm even more baffled. Even more baffled, which, I look back on it. It's not even the situation building up that made me so mad. It wasn't even just, all my dealers ignoring me, standing out in the rain for so long. It's all the ways he made me feel and the stupid things that just broke me after. Because then it's now what if the dealer didn't take forever to come down? I had $5 to my name, and I wasn't trying to use that $5 to buy drugs, because I only have $5 to my name, and it has to last until at least Tuesday when I get money, So I have $5 to my name. I'm not trying to use it. So I'm trying to message him, because imagine if the dealer came down and I'm just oh yeah, I'm just waiting for $5 from my bro who isn't answering his phone right now. What if Fresh wasn't? Fresh isn't the best person, but what if he was a terrible person? What if he's yes, I will take that 5 in exchange for sexual features, sexual pleasures? You know what I'm trying to say. What if he was like that? What if he wouldn't let me leave until I gave it to him or some shit? And now I'm just abandoned in the situation with some nigga who won't answer his fucking phone. Won't do anything. Walk into the store to get a fucking cigarette, which is more important than absolutely everything. Can't even check your fucking phone. Don't know where I am. Knocking on other people's doors, going all over the place, but you won't check your phone. You have all the information. You know where I would have gone. You know what I came home to do. You saw me leave the apartment. I don't know what he thought was going on when he saw me go up the stairs, because I was the first one up the stairs. And then he came through the front door, and as he's coming through the front door, I'm going out this front door. And I'm you said you were going to the bathroom, so you blatantly lied to my face. Don't know why you would do that. Just to then proceed to go to the store? So you're telling me that you were right behind me as well. So you said you were going to the bathroom, but in reality you were right behind me. And even though you were right behind me, you were too stupid to see where I went, which was literally across the street. And you would have to pass me not once, but twice to go to the store. And all of this, why you didn't know where I was, but refused to look at your phone. And this is the second day in a week. Second day in a row. Because Saturday I was sending him text messages on my way home from my second bike ride. Which is sad, because I'm sitting there thinking, on my way home from my second dog walk. Which is sad, because I'm sitting there on my bike thinking how fucking wonderful it would be, because I'm literally head spinning, malnourished, dehydrated. I'm really bad at this. I used to be better at it when I was actually in the flow of dog walking, but now I would just get up and go walk a dog. And it's 80 fucking degrees, maybe even 90 fucking degrees out here. It's hot as shit. I'm not catching any of my sweat. It was just allowing the sweat to pool into my eyes. And mind you, my headphone also fell into the water because I had to stop at a fire hydrant to wash the sweat out of my eyes, because I was tired of my eyes burning every 3 seconds from how much sweat was just pooling in them. I thought we had eyebrows to stop the sweat from our forehead going into our eyes. And I'm wearing a headband that's also supposed to be catching the sweat, but none of that is working, so I just stopped at a fire hydrant to wash my face. And yes, of course I got hit on by some old dude while I was washing my face, because you can't just have your eyes not burn and live your life casually. So I'm biking home, and I text this dude. I'm like, hey, can you put some ice in my water, because I left a cup of water on the table, and I'm like, my head is spinning, I'm so overheated, I can barely do anything. How nice would it be to just have a glass of cold water waiting for me? So I'm like, in 5 minutes, can you put some ice in my water, please? Because you're home, you're at the house, you probably ain't doing anything significant. Can you just put some water, some ice in my water? Because that would just be so nice, and I kind of need that. And I need it. I might pass out a little bit, but I'm kicking. If you could just teamwork a little bit. I was talking about how you want to take care of me, all this shit. So could you prevent me from can you help me with this dehydration headache that I have right now? It's kind of getting really bad. Of course, I get home and he's fucking asleep. No ice in the water. So I'm like, yes, the first time you didn't do the thing because you were on the phone, and the second time you were just asleep. Mind you, I was also texting him. He woke up, saw the text messages, didn't respond to any of them. Which, that's how I kind of understand. But then now it's Sunday, and it's like Saturday you also ignored all my text messages. Now it's Sunday, you're ignoring all my text messages. And the part that's worse is when I start confronting him with what's wrong, and he's like, oh, I don't understand what's wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't understand what's wrong? I'm constantly telling you how you, refuse to communicate. Refuse. Like, it's one thing for you to be like, oh, I'm gonna go to the store while you go to your dealer, even though, going to the store and not telling somebody what you're doing is kind of stupid. Because, why are you leaving the house? You're just gonna lock yourself out. You're just gonna lock yourself out. I don't know where the fuck you are. And you don't want to tell me where the fuck you are. He loves retaining information, I swear to God. That's the fastest way to take sex and turn it into rape. Just retain information. Refrain information. So anyway, we go through all that. We're on the phone. I'm getting mad at him. Literally starts shrieking in front of my dealer's house because my dealer, it's been 10 minutes and my dealer still has said nothing. Nothing. 10 minutes of me just standing out in the rain. 10 minutes of me just standing outside in the rain, waiting for the dealer to come down, waiting for this dude to fucking respond to anything. Anything! A text, a call, anything! So, we're on the phone, and I'm questioning him. He tells me he's being retarded. I get frustrated because you had an umbrella. You had the audacity to use my umbrella as you ignore me. I can understand if you're just walking to the rain and you walking to the store in the rain and you don't want your phone to get wet. But how dare you use my umbrella and it blatantly ignore me because you can text under umbrella without worrying about that shit. Why would you leave the house? Why did you not say anything? Why are you just choosing to ignore everything? Everything. For what? A fucking cig? So you can smell more disgusting when you come back? So you can make my room smell more like feet and nicotine? Talk about, oh, my feet don't stink like that. Nigga, you're fucking scent blind to yourself, for one. And I'm not saying your feet stink. I didn't say, your feet are making my room smell stinky. I said, you are making my room smell like butt. Because you smell like butt. Nigga. So fucking stupid. He never wants to process anything. So I'm yelling at him. Just getting more upset because the things he's saying are not making any fucking sense. Like, why are you doing all this extra shit? How are you sitting there choosing to be confused? Choosing to be confused. You can just look at the phone and see where the fuck I am. Because I told you, I'm communicating what is happening. You are ignoring it all. So he's just choosing to be confused. And I'm just getting more frustrated because why? Why are you doing the most? Why do you always do the most? Why are you just fucking like this? There's no reason for a person to fight somebody this hard. We're on the same side. Why are you fighting me? And then he hangs up. Didn't even acknowledge it. Didn't even address it. I sent him a text after that, which is retarded because then I literally screamed twice, so loud it resonated through the entirety of the block. The entirety of the block. If he was actually giving a fuck and trying to find me, he would have located me then and there. Then and there. Instead of, hanging up. So I sent him a text and I'm like, if you're gonna hang up, might as well leave. Might as well leave. Because, no. You literally ignored me for 10 minutes. 10 minutes straight. Doing your own fucking thing while I'm trying to contact you. And then you hang up on me while I'm expressing why this shit is fucked up. And I was, me, a logical individual, I'm sitting there thinking, so I just addressed him with, if you're gonna hang up, you might as well leave. Does he respond to that? No. Does he call? He called back 2 minutes after I sent the text. Didn't acknowledge the text, didn't respond to the text. You would think, you could tell I'm upset now because I literally just said, if you're gonna hang up, leave, meaning I don't want to deal with you anymore. I don't want to see your fucking face. None of that shit. He decides he's gonna call me, not say anything. And I'm like, no, I told you to leave. I'm done. I don't want to deal with your bullshit. Your bullshit is ridiculous. It's too fucking much. Nobody in their right mind. You're not a sugar daddy. You're more like an ant daddy. You bring me 1 grain of sugar. That's about it. And half the time, I have to give that 1 grain of sugar back. You are not a sugar daddy. You do not have any form of usefulness. I cannot talk to you. You cannot console me. You cannot listen to me. You don't even learn who I am. You don't put any effort into this fucking relationship. And you want me to deal with your constant bullshit. The fact that I have to constantly remind you, don't leave your dishes in my room. Don't leave your garbage in my room. My nigga, there is a big ass garbage right next to the fucking door. Take your garbage, put it in the garbage. You don't, he always wanted to make a deal out of that situation too, where it's like, take your garbage, put it in the garbage. I'm not mad at you because you left garbage in my garbage. Like, if you take your garbage and you put it in my garbage, the garbage in my room, I don't give a fuck. Okay? But I have a problem when you leave your garbage in my room. Always. He's always leaving his garbage in my room. Leaving his dishes in my room. Like, nigga, I wish you didn't live in West Bubblefuck so I can come and trash your room. Like, I don't give a fuck if your goddamn niggas come and they trash your room. That is you. That is all you and your niggas. You refuse to set the boundary with them to stop leaving trash in your fucking room. That's on you. You like trash in your room. You're a garbage monster, so you like living with your fucking trash. That's you. I keep telling you. Take your garbage. Put it in the trash. Yes, I'm a depressed mess. I might have dishes and garbage chilling in my room. I might. I will acknowledge that. But at the same time, I, as a depressed mess, would not go to your room and leave my garbage in your room. As soon as I finish something, I put it in the trash. Even if I don't wash my dishes when I put them in the sink, which I usually wash my dishes when I put them in the sink because I don't like giving other people extra work. It makes me feel uncomfortable, so I might as well just wash them. Unless, like, of course, they don't have, like, anything for me to wash them with. Like, there's no sponge or no rag or no anything at the sink, then I would just leave them in the sink. Unless instructed otherwise. But usually people either tell you, oh, don't wash it, it's fine. Or shit like that. But I will put my shit where they go. You go to your friend's house and you ask, oh, do you guys recycle? I remember I went to my friend's house one time and I was like, oh, where's the compost? And they didn't have any compost. And that was weird for me because they usually have compost. But, you know, his situation was also changing, so there's that. It's only common courtesy, you know? And if you're like one of those people that don't put your trash in the garbage, we can't be friends because you're a garbage person and you probably snore as well. And honestly, I'd want to put a bullet in your head. The combination of, like, because snoring is such a violation for me, and mind you, I have to put up with his snoring as well. Snoring is a physical violation for me. I have a vibrational sensitivity. I understand. Nobody wants to understand what a vibrational sensitivity is. Not even that fucking dumbass who has had to explain to him multiple times. But, like, I have a sensitivity to vibrations. I am sensitive to vibrations. Vibrations that sounds make, because sounds are vibrations. And if it is loud enough or at a certain octave, I can feel the vibration. And you know what affects me extra hard? That hurt to do. I cannot imagine doing that all night. Do you know how much vibrating of, like, the back of my throat I had to do just now? I can't imagine doing that. How is that comfortable? And this nigga would just stare. I wish I was phlegmy right now. I haven't smoked this morning. So I'm dealing with residual phlegm. But I wish I was phlegmy to fully understand, because this nigga be drowning. Straight up drowning. Like, call the fucking lifeguards. Call the fucking lifeguards. Somebody call Baywatch. Come save this nigga, because he is drowning. That shit. Like, even just the fake snoring. The vibration from that freaks me out. Like, my niggas. When I tell you I had to learn how to skateboard on the back of my ex's airwalk board, because that shit made everything so smooth that it gave me an opportunity to feel comfortable with all of the motions. Like, the vibrations from like a really bumpy road still fuck me up, because vibrational sensitivity, it does not go away. You might adapt to it, but it does not go away. And when I'm sitting here laying on the floor, because I like to sleep on the floor, and this nigga is just snoring, I feel it. I do not sleep well because I feel his snoring. I can hear his snoring, and I can feel his snoring. So, like, those two things combined with the fact that it's not like snoring isn't an even-based thing. It's not like a... I don't know how to... My body's like, stop trying to snore, bro. Just stop. You're killing me. But it's not one of those things where it's like a soft humming that you can eventually tune out. It's always different. So there's no adjusting to the snoring. It's just gonna slap you off guard every time they do it. Every single... Which, like, tomorrow I'm supposed to sleep over at my mom's house. And I'm just gonna, like, ask if I can sleep in the guest room. I don't want to sleep with none of them. I love y'all. But you both fucking snore. Last time I slept over, one, it was emotionally traumatizing for me. And two, I couldn't sleep because y'all both are snoring. I'm sleeping in the middle and you both... Actually, no, I was sleeping on the futon because I'm the small one. So I was just balled up on the futon and they're just like snoring. And I'm just like, kill me. Kill me. I can't sleep. I'm sober. I'm not even tired. And you're snoring. This is not the way. This is not the way, Sway. But now I'm just questioning this. Like, I said yes because my mom bribed me with the kuna. And I also enjoy building a relationship, a nice solid foundation with my older sister and my mother, you know? But last time we engaged with each other, I made the mistake of being vulnerable. And when Alex is vulnerable, everybody turns toxic. So I won't be doing that again. I mean, thankfully this time I'm not having financial problems. Even though last time I had financial problems and then they all turned against me. And then this time, if I had financial problems, my mom would offer help. But I mean, I guess it's because last time I lost my job. Did I lose my job? No, I didn't necessarily lose my job. That I was doing porn, and then it was one of those dry periods where I couldn't shoot, so I just didn't have any money to pay rent. But that was before I had like 15 sources of income. Anyway, I'm nervous because my family's a little crazy and they snore. I'm telling y'all, like, y'all think I'm joking. Snoring is a deal breaker for me. If you snore, I can't commit the rest of my life to you. I just cannot. I would have to be obsessed with you. I would have to think that you're the one, the only one, for me to, like, be okay with sleeping next to somebody who is gonna disrupt, who is gonna take away my ability to actually sleep for the rest of my life. That's crazy. There's only a few people who I will sacrifice my sleep to. And you better come out of here. You know, except on me, not Donald. You know? Like, you wanna wake me up crying at 4 a.m? You better be my baby. I better have made you with my body. Otherwise, who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you? Nigga. No, nigga on the face of the planet is worth losing sleep over. Literally. And it's not even a matter of losing sleep. That shit would affect the way I dream. It's gonna affect the way I see you. I will resent you if you snore. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It affects me so greatly. I will resent you. I will hate you by the time we break up. I just will, because you snore, because you take my sleep away. And I barely get sleep as is. So, continuing with my story. He hangs up, which doesn't even justify if he didn't hang up or not, because I clearly sent a text that implies that I believe you hung up on me. It could have been anything else. He could have sent a text back saying I don't know what happened, but I didn't hang up on you. That would have made me less mad. Did he do that? No, he proceeded to call me a few times. I don't know why he would think that I would pick up after I just told him to get out if he's going to hang up on me. Don't know why he would think that. It got to the point where literally, I left my dealer's house because my screaming made his brother come out, and I'm pretty sure his brother is scared of me now, which is weird because I had to go back to my dealer's house later on in the day. Literally had to call him. I sent him a text. I'm like, bro, I've been out here for 10 minutes. Are you sure you were ready for me? Because, he likes to ask me, are you ready for me? Are you ready? And I'm like, nigga, I'm ready. Y'all always got me waiting a minimum of 5 minutes every time we do this. Y'all ain't ready. Stop asking me if I'm ready. Y'all get me so mad. I always want to make these sexual innuendos and make these sexual jokes and all this shit. And I'm like, no. You obviously, y'all always establish to people that you want to sleep with that you're not a good partner and you're not going to give a shit about their feelings. This dude literally said to me, he's like, oh, if you're my sub, I would just do all X, Y, and Z. And I said, yeah, that doesn't sound like something I would like. And he's like, yeah, I know. But I'd like it. I'm like, what? That sounds like rape. If anything, that is rape. Because, I'm sorry, but I can't. We too young to have receding hairlines? We too young to have thinning hair. I can't fuck with it. I just can't. You need to calm down. Because I'm not interested. You don't even know that I'm not a girl. We can't even have that conversation. You will instantly take yourself off the table as a viable sexual partner, a viable relationship partner. If you sit there and I realize that I can't tell you that I'm not a girl, because that's not a conversation you're down to have, or willing to have, or accept, or anything like that. So, I tell him to leave, and then decide that I'm just gonna go home because I'm really fucking upset. And my dealer's brother came down and was like, oh yeah, he's on his way down. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? It's been 10 minutes. 10 whole fucking minutes. Hurricane watch. Raining cats and dogs. Am I the only one that realizes the situation? It's kind of fucked up to have somebody waiting out around in this. Am I the only one that sees that? Yes. Whatever. So, I'm going home, ignoring this dude's calls, because of course, fuck him. Fuck you. You ignored all my calls. You don't even want to respond to my text message. I don't know why you insist on calling when you can see I'm done. Sadly, I get into my house and he's still fucking there, acting confused. I'm like, nigga, why are you confused? What are you fucking doing? Why are you in my house? Get out of my house. Legit, get out of my house. I asked him, I'm like, I need you to get out of my house right now. Just get out. I told you not to be here. You want to sit there and act confused? Don't be confused. I told you to leave. Don't act like you have any semblance of cognition up there. You don't have any personal desires. Might as well just follow fucking orders and get out of my house. And you know what? If he wasn't there when I got back to the house, that could have saved the relationship. But of course, he's too stupid to understand what he did wrong. So there was no saving the relationship. He just always sits there. And it's like, yeah, we had a conversation. At no point does he ever assume that there is more up than what I say. Because, at this point, I'm just kind of done. I internalize everything. And I vocalize the journey of my feelings for him to him. So he knows where we stand. And I'm like, look, I've already understood. I can't tell you shit. You don't fucking listen. Nothing gets through your big ass, dumb ass, hard ass, stinky ass head. Nothing. Not a thing. If I want to talk to you, I have to be manipulative. I have to trigger you. I have to make you mad. I have to do all these things for you to process things. I have to literally take your brain and manipulate it. I have to understand how it works and then shift all these things around so this gets fired off and this gets fired off and this gets fired off so you can figure this. I just want to talk. I just want to convey how I feel. I don't want to play mind games for you to function like a regular person. Literally just started screaming at him, getting up in his face. Literally started hitting him. I don't think I've ever hit him before. Punched him in the face. Made his glasses fly off. Literally, he tried to square up against me, and I was like, bring it, nigga. I will fucking fight you. It's like, don't be fooled by the fact that I aim for the soft spots. Even mad. It's like, I'm gonna punch you dead in the stomach. Right fucking here. Because I know it's not gonna have the most effect. But do you really think I'm going to aim for your soft, squishy bits if we're in a real fight? No, nigga. It's like, I know my punches aren't having any effect. If I wanted them to, aim for the fucking... If you know, you know. It's like, nigga, you don't want to fight me. Like, I am attacking you because you refuse to get out of my house. It's like this nigga could have just like sat in the hallway for like an hour. And I come back and be like, my socks though? My headphones? And I probably would have like, I don't know, talked to him. But no, he was just like fighting all this shit. It's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's like, nigga, something is obviously going on. Have I ever in the history of our arguments, when it's gotten bad, have I ever gotten in your face? Have I ever yelled at you like this? You should understand you fucked up. You did something wrong. You don't understand what you did wrong? You're doing more shit wrong. By not understanding what you did wrong, you're doing more shit wrong. Because now you are also informing me that you don't care. I've been telling you what you did wrong. I'm constantly telling you this shit. How I don't like this shit. And you keep doing it. You don't even understand why it's wrong. You don't even understand why a lack of communication is wrong. Like, nigga, even if our friendship lasted into a zombie apocalypse, into an apocalypse, I would disown him. I would abandon him. I would just straight leave him. I would. Because you are not going to be on my team in a zombie apocalypse. My team is going to be tight-knit. Everybody plays their part. Everybody communicates the information. We are not getting taken down because the guard saw somebody approaching the fucking safe house and decided instead of telling everybody, they were going to handle it themselves. Now they're dead and the ambush is still fucking coming with no guard on alert to tell the rest of us. No! I am not losing my life because somebody else was stupid. Fuck out of here. You could stay. You could be a watchdog and stay outside the parameter. Sacrifice you. You can have your little doghouse that you could be tied to. That's what you could do. If you want to act like a wild fucking dog that doesn't want to listen to nobody and can't be fucking trained to not be king of the fuckboys, you can live like a fucking dog. I was about to say something about kicking dogs, but I don't believe in kicking dogs. Terrible people believe in kicking dogs. I, however, believe in kicking terrible people as if they were dogs. As if I were a terrible person. Like, yes, I'll be the terrible person, and I will see you as a dog. Or even, I will see you the way you see dogs. Not even the way I see dogs, because dogs, right-hand man right here. Right, y'all see them dogs? Y'all saw that video of that one dog where the guy was like, yo, I see you looking at my dog. You want to say hi? And the guy's like, yeah. And he's like, hey, yo, dog, go say hi to that guy. And the dog got up and went to say hi to that guy. And mind you, the dog is unleashed, just chilling in the middle of a park. Just chilling. Being a good old boy. That's how my dog's going to be. And if you are less obedient, less useful, less reliable than my fucking trained dog, nigga, yeet! Yeet! Fuck out of here! You gonna be fucking wild. Nah, them the same niggas that want to take over your shit because they see you got something good going on. And they always fucking power hungry. Nigga, you always want to fight. You don't want to fight me. You don't want to fight me. Because every fucking nigga sits there and underestimates me. And it's because you're sitting there underestimating me, you also don't want to acknowledge the fact that it's like half the time I'm like, yes, underestimate me. And then show them. I could chop them in the Adam's apple if I wanted to. Just stop right here. It's like, yes, you definitely could stop me. It's not like I'm faster than you. It's not like you're underestimating me is your downfall, because now you're not anticipating any attacks from me whatsoever. Niggas always be like, yes, you're never gonna stab me. You say you're gonna stab me, but you're not gonna stab me. Oh God, why are you stabbing me? Like, nigga, I told you this action is gonna lead you to getting stabbed. You continued. I told you I'm about to stab you. Stop before I stab you. You continued. I said, okay, I'm gonna stab you then. You thought it was a bluff. When have I ever said anything that I wasn't, and then followed up by doing it? Y'all are asking for it. You're literally asking for it. The way you're dressed, the way you're walking, the way you're talking, you're asking for it. It's like, you just want to be. This is their flesh. This is a flesh wound that I'm making, and this is my knife. Yeah, now it's 2 knives. And a boken. Y'all don't want to get me started. And that's another reason. That's another reason why you can't go back. Because he's going to make you a serial killer. Not even be your accomplice. You're going to kill him. You're going to kill him. Like, I'm thinking back to the feeling of frustration I felt. It brought me back to the feeling of, like, sheer helplessness from the last time I cut myself. Sheer helplessness. Because it's like, I literally couldn't formulate words anymore. Because it's like, what do you say to somebody who doesn't give a shit? And I'm like, you dead don't give a shit. Like, I've been sitting here telling you, what is the issue? And it's not like a complicated issue. It's not like, oh, you did this and I feel triggered because X, Y, Z, blah, 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 now I feel like X, blah, blah. No. It's like, I'm tired of your bullshit. Like, instead of just picking up your phone, instead of just answering your phone, you went to the store. You knocked on my roommate's door. You went through all this bullshit when you could have just looked at your phone. You could have just tried to legitimately communicate with me. You could have did anything. You could have made a smart assumption. I'm tired of having to, like, sit there and question why he always makes the dumbest assumptions. It's never the most, like, obvious. It's never the most assumable outcome. It's always the dumbest, most far-fetched thing. I'm trying to remember, because it was another thing, like something simple, and he came to the worst assumption, just like the furthest assumption. And I'm like, why do you see there, right there, why do you do that? Why do you go all the way to 60 when the answer is in your face? Like, we were talking about pandas. The conversation was about pandas. I said something about pandas, and now you're talking about seals. Why are you confusing the conversation? Nobody said anything about seals. We're not talking about seals, and now you're going on a whole tangent about seals. What? I just can't. He just had me broken. So I had to literally open my door to hit him. Because he would not leave. It's like, you will not listen. You will not do anything. You will not show that you care. You will not prove it. It's like, damn, nigga. Like, tell your girlfriends to leave you alone. It's like, nigga, it's okay. Like, you should be able to leave the house for an hour without some nigga calling you and asking you where you at. If you okay. Like, damn. Even at my worst, even at my most clingy, most jealous, I was never like that. Like, damn, nigga. It is socially norm to sit there and worry about where your boo is at, you know? Like, at least give them 8 hours before you start worrying about their location. We are all adults, you know? Why is it that this nigga can never, there has not been a single time, this year, at the very least, that this nigga has come over to hang out with one of his girls back at home. And by girls, I mean niggas. One of his niggas calling him, talk about, where you at? Where you at? When you coming home? Are you home right now? Oh my God. Oh, I miss you so much. Like, and you know how I feel about this shit. It's like, one time he was supposed to come over. He knows I hate the fact that he always comes over after the sun goes down like I'm some kind of fucking booty call. Nigga, always, it's like, oh, so you can hang out with your niggas during the day, but when you hang out with me, it has to be at night? This nigga used to come over after work, sleep over, mind you, pass out on me. I would look, we'd be mid-conversation, this nigga would just start snoring, start passing out because he's always so fucking drunk, which is why I told him, I'm like, I'm not going to say no to you. I'm going to share my blunt with you if you, like, reach for it. But I'm never going to offer you a hit. Because then you're just going to combine the weed and the alcohol. And then you're going to pass out. I didn't invite you over so you could snore in my room all night. So you can make it smell like feet. But with your shared existence. Because every time he comes over, my room smells like feet. He just can't smell it because he's blind to his own foot vinegar smell. Like, I understand working with an addiction, but at least my addiction doesn't make me smell like shit every time I'm in somebody's space. At least then, like, if I hang out in your room, it might get a little, like, weaselly, because I own a weasel, and I keep hearing that I smell like Barrett. That might happen. But, like, it's not going to smell like vinegar and alcohol. It's not going to fill up the whole room. You're not going to leave your room, come back, and, like, your whole room smells like me now. Like me at my worst, just sweaty. Plus, mind you, that dude is the reason I had to throw away my white sheepskin carpet, because this nigga would sleep on it, and then make it dirty as fuck, because he was dirty as fuck, always. So this is the situation. And, like, Alex, I understand you feel guilty for kicking his ass out in the rain, in the pouring rain with no umbrella, making him go home. But also, that's on him. He could have just, like, sat outside. Sat downstairs. He could have something. This is why you can't fuck with him, because he can't think for himself. And I can't. If my child is neurotypical, non-neurotypical, if my child is retarded, if my child has Asperger's, if my child has Down syndrome, I will deal with that. That is not my responsibility as a parent to deal with. I will pick up that responsibility. I will take it. I will accept it. My child needs extra care. My child will receive extra care. You're not my child, bro. You're not. You're not my partner. You're not a person I have taken responsibility for. And if you were, I kind of am retarded. But I'd be the retarded one. I would be. Because you don't listen to me. You don't want to get better. You don't want to grow. You don't want to learn. You say you do, but your actions speak otherwise. The sheer fact that I can yell at you for 20 minutes about how you're fucking up, about what you did that's wrong, send you very exclusive texts that explain why I'm upset, and you still don't know what the problem is, you just don't care. You just don't care. And as I told you before, you have convinced yourself that you care when you actually don't. And I'm not about that life. It's like I don't care. He was the only person that made me feel like I could talk to somebody, or like I could talk about whatever. But we don't even have that anymore. It's the same as talking to a wall. It's less effective than talking to YouTube. At least if I talk to YouTube, people that give me feedback, they respond in some way instead of just rephrasing what I said, or saying nothing, or saying, that sucks, or that's bad, or something that doesn't help me explore more of the situation or help me understand the situation more. He just repeats what I said, or mostly just repeats what I say. We don't really have deep, meaningful conversations. All the things we connected over in the beginning, he's not that person anymore. He doesn't believe in twin flame things. He doesn't believe in love. He doesn't believe in happiness. He doesn't believe in the pursuit of a better self. He is literally like backslid from somebody who I looked up to and like considered another part of me. He backslid into just king of the fuckboys. King of the fuckboys. That's all he is. He's just a nigga. Just a run-of-the-mill nigga that society does not have any faith in because they choose to be a nigga and do nigga shit and be an entire stereotype and just lie to everybody. Not even share his fucking hot chips. Just lie. And that's why we're not going back. You guys, if you ever tell me that this nigga's in my... If I ever tell you that this nigga's in my life again, like, I don't know, somebody come, find me and beat me up. Find me and beat me up. Do it. I deserve it. Because there's no... Like, unless this nigga pops up with an Elias Nundar, I am never forgiving him. And even then, it's like, okay, I'll let you go back to being monetarily useful for me. Because that's all it is. That's all he is. He's good for the money, and he's not even good for that anymore. Because now he's a broke nigga. Talking about, oh, after I get this job, then I'll be able to take care of you. But then he gets a job, and I was like, oh, no, I'm broke this month. I got my baby. I can't. Dealing with all this baby mama drama because, you know, guys always gotta go for the worst people. Not that his baby mama's terrible or anything. I'm just saying, maybe we shouldn't fuck with guys who hurt us. Maybe we shouldn't fuck with guys who try to make us and the father of our child lose custody of our daughter. I mean, you know, do what you want. Do what you want. It's your life. If you want to get beat up, that's on you. There was a time I used to like getting beat up. But honey, that was with consent. Yeah, that was with consent. It's like, if you hit me, I'm gonna leave. But if you hit me after I asked you for it, yes, daddy, please, some more. You know? But like, maybe don't date abusive guys and then bring your daughter into their houses. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. He's a mess, and his life is a mess because he's a fuckboy. And it's like, bro, your mom raised 4 fuckboys, and you think you're not one of them. You think you're the only one that got away. It's like, no, I'm telling you that you're a fuckboy. Like, I know fuckboys. And you're a fuckboy. So you guys, if I ever go back to that relationship, beat me up. I don't know, I'm just a lonely shaman. And we don't get friends or family. Or maybe it's because we're a gross demon and like all our family is demons. But also like I just kind of look like a demon. I'm also an angel. A Nephilim, a combination of the two. So it's like I can understand the duality, but that nigga is just evil. Just straight evil. He is like human-shaped smegma. That's what he is. But you know, that's just what happened yesterday. Like the whole situation. And I'm like, how could you not see this coming? After like we literally have a conversation of like, I told him, like, yeah, when you're around, I usually smoke more than when you're not around. He was like, oh, why is that? And I'm like, oh, you know, you just make me uncomfortable. The combination of, like, for one, you're always touching me. And it's like, I don't mind you rubbing my feet. I don't mind you rubbing my, like, shins. But, like, how come you always gotta do that? Like, it re-traumatizes me. Because I remember the one time we had sex, it was a massage that turned into sex. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I probably shouldn't have sex with this dude. But I was also still dealing with a sex addiction. And I was like, I could go for some pleasure, you know? He definitely has, like, the wrong idea of what happened then. But it just always makes me uncomfortable. Because then it's like, how come? It's like, you start here. Why are you here? You can't see where I'm pointing. Why are you here? why are your hands up my pants? Like, how does that seem? Why do I gotta keep asking you to stop being up my pants? You know? I'm like, you're always touching me. It's like, for one, you already know I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm not going home to a house where I live with all my friends. You know? I don't have relationships with these people. We're casual, but we're not like friends. You know, I'm not living with my friends. I'm not going home to a household full of people. I'm not being touched all the time. And here you are constantly touching me. No, and I know that you have like malicious intent because you don't have any good intent. If you did, you wouldn't follow through with it. Always touching me, always funking up the place. He loves sitting smack dab in the space, smack dab in the middle. Doesn't matter how the space is set up. He loves sitting directly in the way of everything, positioning himself so he's always in the way. So I always have to go around him. He loves like extending himself around me, like now my room has a stripper pole in the middle of it, so you either have to go to the left or the right. I usually go to the left of it because it's closest to where I am. But he likes to, like yesterday, he was sitting on the floor on the beanbag chair, right? Between the pole and the dog cage. I'm not going to show you because the fan's in the way. So he's, basically between me and the door. So now I have to go all the way around him if I want to get out the room. When he could just be sitting on the side of me. It's not like he has to reach any of the tables or anything. He's a fucking Neanderthal, so it's not like he ever puts his food or his cups or anything on the desk. He always puts it on the floor, so it doesn't matter where he's standing. And yet he always, he exclusively loves putting his drink where I can knock it down. Like, if he could put it where my elbows are, he'll do it in a heartbeat. But he loves sitting in the middle of the room. Doesn't matter how it is. He was sitting on the floor between me and the door, legs extended. So now, like, he is literally around me. My chair is, like, my computer chair is usually shoved into a corner next to, like, my lamp. So there's, like, a corner right here where the table is here, and the desk is here, and there's a shelf here, desk here, shelf here, and there's a small gap that leads to, like, the window and the radiator and all that stuff, or if I need to get into that corner. And then there's, like, another draw system here that's kind of blocking it, and in that space, in that gap that opens to lead you to the radiator and the window, is a lamp. And then in that kind of corner that they make is where my computer chair is, and I usually just swivel it around next to the desk. So he has his legs extended, so now his whole body is blocking me, keeping me in this small space that my swivel chair extends in. And I'm like, if you were on the other side of the pole, extending out towards the bed, this wouldn't be a problem because then I could just move forward. But now you are exclusively trapping me here. Exclusively. And that's how it always is. Always wrapped around me like he's possessive, always touching me. And I'm like, I'm not used to touching you. I'm not comfortable with you touching me. It's like, just because I'm not saying anything, I'm sitting here trying to be comfortable with touch, and I'm trying to use you to get more comfortable with touch. But it's hard when you go from, like, I'm rubbing your foot, which even that is difficult to allow, because it's like, are you getting sexual gratification from this? It's bad enough that you keep trying to rub my feet and then put my feet in your lap, and, like, dead center in the lap. And you know what's dead center in a male's lap? Their dick. Don't sit there and be like, I'm not trying to put your foot on my dick when you put my foot in the dead center of your lap. Not even like foot right here, like, not even foot like here on the thigh, like foot in the lap, nigga, that's where your dick is. I'm about to just, I don't know if you saw that, but that was a hard kick. I don't want to keep exposing myself on YouTube. I swear to God, it's like I think this is a Pornhub or something. But he's always doing that shit, always making me feel uncomfortable in my own space, on top of, like, snoring in my room and making my room smell like vinegar feet chips. This nigga's always touching me and doesn't understand. It's like, how many times I have to tell you the same thing? It's like all these things that I have to sacrifice when you're here. And it's like, as many times as I told you that you just think this is fine. It's like, nigga, I'm bothered every time your phone fucking rings, and your phone always fucking rings. Always got somebody asking you where you at, what you doing. Like, nigga, put that shit on silent. It's bad enough that you're gonna fall asleep and nothing your phone does is gonna wake you. Half the time, it's like half the time. And honestly, I can't commit to this for the rest of my life. I just can't. But it's like half the time I'd be sitting there. I remember one time he fell asleep next to me, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna leave you there on the beanbag chair, and I'm just gonna keep, doing my art shit. But I had to keep waking him, jiggling his tummy, so he would wake up. Cause I'm like, my nigga, stop drowning, stop, get some fucking help, stop drowning next to me. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to my therapist about all this in a few hours. Probably get some bud, because I smoked all my bud yesterday because I was so emotionally numb. It's like after that, it's like, it was conflicting because it's like I didn't actually want him to leave. Like, I'm going up the stairs and I'm upset, having a very controlled panic attack. My panic attacks have been getting very controlled for the most part. But again, I wouldn't be having panic attacks if Neanderthals didn't exist on this planet. Maybe we should just eradicate all the No, I'm sure there's some good Neanderthals. We should just eradicate all the bad people. You can't even call him a good person, because it's like, you don't give a fuck about, like, the important shit. I don't understand why everybody keeps insisting on being my friend. Being my friend. It's like, I'm never gonna sleep with you, right? It's like, we don't have the same goals, we don't have the same beliefs, we don't live our life in the same vein. I don't want that in my life. I don't want that in my kids. I don't want any of that DNA inside of me. So I don't understand why everybody, like, has their own idea and they constantly ignore my words and my actions and who I am as a person to put their own person over. And I can't, like, keep convincing myself that he has some use. Because it's like, yeah, the monetary gain is good and all, but, like, it's useless. I'm tired of having a neglected Rottweiler hanging around. It's like, I'm tired of, like, him leaving his mess. He left on Sunday, and he left trash in here. Yes, he was kicked out, but that trash was here since Saturday. And, like, at any point, could he have gotten up, take the trash, move it 5 feet to the right from on the desk to in the garbage? It's like, you don't have, I understand, like, you felt lazy, but you left the room like 15 times between now and then. And at any of those times, you could have taken that trash, picked it up, extended it to the other side of your body, and put it in the trash. But did he know? He did not. I'm just tired. And he might be a bro, but we can't let him back in our life, because I'm tired. And I'm tired of, like, negatively being affected by things because other people are psychopaths. Not even a sociopath. I'm tired. So, that's that. Mind you, like, even after I kicked him out, he didn't even say anything. He didn't. No text. Nothing. And he always does that. So I'm like, alright, bet. I see you were waiting for me to block you. Here it comes. It's universal now. Because this time, I fucking mean it. I'm tired of your bullshit. You can't sit there and talk about, oh, I care about you, but also I don't understand what I did wrong, even though you've been telling me for 20 minutes. It's like you said it calmly, and then you yelled it. So much so that one of my roommates had to get between us to get me to stop hitting him. I was so upset from yelling at him, I started fucking heaving. I was about to throw up. I was so mad. Like, no. I can't keep subjecting myself to this, because at no point are you ever going to stop being so fucking stupid that you can't understand how a lack of communication is fucked up. Like, imagine if this was an even greater situation. And mind you, no, I'm not just mad at him over a lack of communication. It's the big picture. Because you know how upsetting it is to be waiting outside of your dealer's house for $5? For $5. And it's like, I can't harass the dealer until I harass you. And now I'm just standing here in the fucking rain, in the pouring rain, trying to do shit, and no one of these goddamn useless ass males are responding. And why are they not responding? Oh, because you went to the store to get it. You had time to go to the store for a cigarette, but not to answer your phone? And now you don't want to get out of my face. Now you want to wait for me to start throwing fists. fucking flying kicked this nigga in the dick. Because he had time to go to the store for a fucking cancer stick. But not to answer the phone. And, like, it's one thing if you're like, oh, I don't know where you are, so I knocked on your roommate's door. And, like, I don't have a cell phone, so I don't know any way to, like, contact you because cell phones don't exist. It's not like that was the case. The fucking fact of the matter that I'm sitting there calling you, sending you text messages. If I was one of you niggas, you would have instantly picked up. But apparently I'm not his nigga. Not his nigga. He's not my nigga, I'm not his nigga. We ain't pals like that. We ain't siblings like that. I don't know what he thought this was, but it wasn't what I thought it was. My bad. So let me just remove myself from the situation so you can stop using me. Because if we ain't niggas, you just using me. No amount of ranting about it makes me feel better. I still feel the utmost guilt over sending somebody out in the rain. I know it's not the same as kicking somebody out of the car across the country, but I feel guilty as if I did that. I know it's not the same. He was looking for an excuse to, like, leave anyway. He's always looking for an escape because, you know, what's better than activating your friend's abandonment issues constantly, endlessly, every time you see each other? Because it's never just like, oh yeah, I'm going to leave at 7. It's like, oh, yep, guess I'll just be going now. Randomly. Like, why has it always got to be random? Even if you know when you're going to leave, you still withhold that information up until the moment. You never tell me anything. How long do you think you can go talking to a very, like, plan-driven person without telling them anything? It's like, literally, I plan everything out. And how am I supposed to follow suit with my plans if you have your own plan and you just want to not tell me anything? And even if I ask you, you still say no. Like, you complicate somebody else's life. Like, if you want to stick with your dumbass, retarded-ass niggas who think this shit is normal and fine, that's on y'all. That's why I don't want to meet your friends, because your friends are your friends, and if they're your friends, they probably do the same nigga shit you do. They probably do the same retarded shit you do. They probably smell just as bad as you. I'm upset because now I am alone, but it doesn't matter if you're alone. Legitly, if you already felt alone, like, he's sitting next to me and I'm feeling alone. Because, like, and there was no getting through to him. There's no explaining why certain things are fucked up. He just doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit, and he was never going to do anything to change any of those actions. I was never a person that ever really mattered to him. It's like he always wanted to do the most and go all the way out of his way to make sure that I was affected negatively. So fuck him. He can burn in the pits of hell. I hope he got pneumonia. I hope he got COVID along the way, and hope he fucking dies. I'm joking about that last part. Hope he did get pneumonia, though. Nigga, fuck you. I hope you get fucking sick, and I hope it's a near-death experience, so you can understand why being a dick isn't the way. I don't know the correlation, but fuck him. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being the one that always has to suffer in this situation. Hell, I hope he does get fucking COVID. Most young people don't die from COVID, so I hope he does get fucking COVID. Like, nigga, fuck you. Fuck you and your retarded ass. Fuck you and always doing the most to make sure that I stay upset. It's like, fuck you and your desire to never understand any situation, even when it's little. Like, fuck you and your cancer sticks. Fuck you and your alcohol. Fuck you sitting here trying to drink all my tequila, acting like you give a shit what the fuck the fucking alcohol tastes like. Nobody ever wants to drink the fucking nasty ass Ray and nephew, whatever fucking rum that somebody brought into my house. Always want to fucking drink my tequila. Like, well, oh, I wish you would drink with me. Maybe I would if y'all wouldn't stop drinking my shit, leaving me with the nasty shit. If I wanted fucking Ray and Jeffrey, or Ray and whatever it's fucking called, that fucking 80 proof, set that shit on fire, burn your fucking insides because it's gasoline shit somebody else decided to buy and leave here, I would have drank it. You know what I drink? Tequila. That's why when somebody's like, hey, what do you want me to buy you? I say tequila. Maybe if y'all wanted something that tasted nice, y'all would also buy tequila. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it makes me really mad when these niggas come over and try to drink my tequila instead of the fucking nasty ass rum. Cause then what? Y'all gonna drink the tequila, and then if I decide I want to have a drink today, I have to drink the rum when I saved myself tequila? Or what? Did you just want to empty the bottle so I can smash it against your head? Because that's how it sounds. That's how it sounds. And it's like, how many times I gotta tell y'all not to touch my tequila? If you want alcohol, buy your own. Because this nigga can sit there and drink an entire bottle of alcohol in like an hour. An entire bottle. Don't want to drink the fucking brand nephews or whatever the fuck it's called. Wants to drink my tequila. My fucking tequila. How about we lay off of my tequila? The bottle has like this much left. And I drank maybe this much of it. Y'all be dogging on my tequila. What if I want a fucking party? Anyway, I'm going to end this here. Until next time, Internet Nation. Know that you are loved by this very aggro gremlin right here. And this much less aggro gremlin right here. Yeah, you're a gremlin. Oh my god. Why does your face look like that? Why is it? I think her paint got scuffed, or there's white scuffing on her. I'm confused. I definitely need to end this now because I'm running out of storage space. And I'm gonna have the hardest time combining this all into one video. Thanks, Google. Anyway, I know that you are loved by this guy. This guy right here. Bye. Thanks for watching.